In the cozy cat village of Meowvita, a small shop sat right at the corner, the most famous treat shop of all, Pudding Auntie's Pastry Hut. Every afternoon, a delightful smell would drift through the air and curl around the noses of every kitten in town. A curious kitten named Meowmeow lived nearby, with his gentle and loving mother, Mama Molly, who owned a flower shop. Meowmeow would often sit at the flower stall, watching other kittens play and sniffing the scent that made his whiskers twitch. "Mama, what is that smell? It's so yummy." "That's Pudding Auntie's tuna pie and milk pudding. But remember, sweet treats aren't good for little kittens. Your tummy's not strong enough yet." Meowmeow nodded, but inside, a spark had been lit. He had to taste those treats. The next day, Meowmeow couldn't stop thinking about those delicious smells. He watched Mama Molly's schedule closely and noticed that she was busiest every day at 4 p.m. "That's my chance," he whispered to himself. He secretly drew a map on an old piece of paper, marking a path from the flower shop to Pudding Auntie's back alley. Then he gathered two of his best friends for a top-secret meeting. Pangpurrier, a brave tiger-striped kitten. Mint, a quiet and careful gray kitten. "We shouldn't go. It's not safe. But I'll come to keep an eye on you two." "Great!" Meowmeow grinned. "Operation Snack Attack is on!" At exactly 4 p.m., while Mama Molly chatted with customers, the three kittens slipped through a hole in the backyard fence and sprinted along a hidden path behind the shops. "Shh! Don't make a sound," whispered Mint. They arrived at the back of the pastry hut, where the window was slightly open. Inside, they saw trays of golden tuna pies, crispy fish biscuits, and creamy milk custards. "Look at those! They're calling our names!" Meowmeow climbed onto the counter first and took a bite of the soft, buttery pie. One taste turned into two, then three. The others followed, crunching and munching like hungry little lions. But then, a shadow crept over them. "Pang, why is it getting darker?" Mint asked nervously. "Uh-oh. Enjoying the forbidden snacks, are we?" A voice purred behind them. It was Pudding Auntie, standing tall and stern in the doorway. The kittens froze mid-bite, eyes wide with fear. But instead of yelling, Pudding Auntie let out a long sigh and said, "My little darlings, did no one tell you these treats are too rich for young kittens? One too many and you'll be hugging your bellies all night." "I just wanted to try one," Meowmeow murmured, ashamed. "I understand," Pudding Auntie said. "Curiosity is part of being young, but there are better ways to learn." She reached into the back and pulled out a small box. "These are light kitty treats, made especially for growing kittens, safe and tasty. But next time, ask first." That evening, Meowmeow crept back home with sticky fur and a guilty heart. Mama Mally sat waiting on the front porch, a warm towel in her paws. "Where have you been, sweetheart?" she asked gently. Meowmeow looked down and said, "I snuck out to eat the treats. I'm sorry, Mama." Mama Mally didn't scold. She simply cleaned his face and hugged him close. "I'm proud for you for telling the truth," she said softly. "But remember, Mama sets rules to keep you safe, not to stop your fun." Meow nodded, feeling the warmth of forgiveness in his chest. 1 week later, something new appeared outside the flower shop. A small table with a hand-painted sign that read, "Kitten Treat Corner. Try some." Mama Mally, Meow, and their friends now offered healthy treats made from dried fish, oats, and garden herbs. Even Pudding Auntie came to help share recipes. "The best treat," she said, "is the one you can eat with your friends without hurting your tummy." Meow grinned. He passed a treat to Mint and said, "Sometimes we learn from doing something wrong, but the real magic is when we choose to make it right." Final moral: it's okay to be curious and make mistakes, but true strength is in being honest, learning from it, and sharing with others.